Hey guys, thanks for checking this out. Yeah, I figured it's a good time for a little update since it's been a while on updates and what's not. So you've seen a few projects I've had going on lately. Just kind of trying to update the van as much as possible. Well, I had good weather. That being said, the weather here in Montana has taken a turn. It's cold today, a little drizzly and sprinkly out. Definitely fall setting in quick here as the seasons seem to set in quick. Went from winter to summer in a blink of an eye, and now it's going in the reverse pretty dang quick. So it's been cold and dreary the past week, which is fine. I'm from Washington originally most of my life, so I'm kind of used to that. And luckily, being here on the property with the family, I have a umbilical cord, as I like to call it. You know, I can plug in the extension cord and charge my devices and run my lights and stuff without having to use the power either I'm generating or have to generate. So I have a space heater. You might hear it kick on if it gets cold enough, because it is, like I said, getting pretty chilly. But had the van a year now since I purchased it. I didn't get it for about a month after I had purchased it, as they were doing a little tinkering on it, and it took a while to get parts. So that being said, in the next few months, around December, January, I will have been in here with Misled a full year, solo, alternative dwelling, living on the road. I see a lot of channels out here, but none of them, we've all got our own realities and our own stories, and I get that, but, and maybe I haven't really got into YouTube a lot because I'm kind of old and I like to do old school things. But recently I've been watching y'all's channels, and I've subscribed to a few of you. I really appreciate and look forward to the input and to see where y'all are at, what you're doing. And I hope to connect with some of you in the future, because for me, that is part of the experience I would like to get out of this experience. So don't be a stranger, you guys. Hit me up, send some comments, some likes, some shares. Maybe we can meet up at some point, or you have suggestions for me to go to be on my next adventure. Because, again, I don't see a lot of stories like mine. I'm a single male traveling alone, which that is common. But I don't have a remote job. So everywhere I go, I have to find a job and get into that 9-to-5 work structure, which, again, I don't see a lot of people out there doing that. So again, if you have suggestions on people for me to follow and watch that are kind of living that lifestyle as well, I'd definitely like to get some hints on that, as it has been hard. I'm in customer service work and cooking. I've been in kitchens off and on my whole career, so pretty comfortable if everywhere I go they have restaurants where they're generally hiring. Also customer service, being in the recreational cannabis business and being a clerk for a long time and having excellent customer service skills. Almost every town's got a gas station, and I prefer graveyards because it's easier to stay warm in the store versus in the van. So if I work graveyards, it's easier for that lifestyle and cheaper. I don't got to spend money on propane or whatever heat I'm trying to run to survive. So I'm making money and surviving. So that's pretty sweet. So I found work so far within the year has been fairly easy to come by. So that's been really nice. But still, having to choose a destination and finding out new places where I can be at night and be safe and comfortable, that's a bit of a struggle. So I don't see a lot of people on these channels talking about these things, working a 9-to-5 and living a normal life within our alternative dwellings that we choose. So I find that a bit of a struggle. And right now, it's that pivot point, again, that I've reached of, I quit my last job because I won't sacrifice my happiness for a paycheck. So I'll tolerate with stuff, BS, little, every job's got these issues. I know that, and I understand that. And I'll work through them, or I'll bring it up and, try to deal with it like an adult. But at some point when nothing changes, then it's up to me to make a change, just like all of us. We have choices. So I made the choice to leave that job a week ago, yesterday. And within that time, I have done some applications. I did have an interview, and I do have a new job set up that I'll start Tuesday. So the debate of what to do next, because I never intended to be here for the whole winter, and winter's coming up very fast here again in Montana here, the northwestern part up near the Canadian border. So and my intentions for my time here was to be out before winter, because I'm not set up for snow. I don't really care for the snow. The cold's one thing, slippery road conditions being the only thing I have left. So if I crash the vehicle, I'm not just out of vehicle, transportation, I'm out my home, my safety, all my stuff. So trying to reduce the risks of winter as low as possible was always my intent. So with the new job, I could stay there a month, get the monies I need, couple paychecks, and then hit the road again. And in that time, the weather will be stacking up on the passes. So as I go south, traveling through the passes might be a little precarious versus leaving as soon as possible, which the stars need to greatly align for that to happen for me, because I had quite a few bills going, because again, I'm a 9-to-5er, man. I've got bills that go with me no matter where I go at the moment. So I have to be able to pay those each month. So I need to meet a certain quota. And then with the tabs coming up this month, since I've been in the van a year, that put me a little, not behind, because I have all those paid off. So that's good. But it doesn't leave me with enough extra to travel on. So, debacle. Work the job, be there for a month or so and try and get out of here, or settle in for winter here and deal with traveling on the road, or finding somewhere closer to work where I can park and stay overnight so I don't have to drive as much. It's about 30 miles round trip from the property here into town to work. And of course, that's a lot of wear and tear on the vehicle daily. That's just more fuel consumption. That's more stress when it is snowy and icy. And the town I'm at, Libby, is a pretty small town, so I feel like would be fairly easy to find places to be at night. There's only a couple cops. I'm sure if I talked to them, they'd be cool. But either way, those are two options. Work a month, roll out, stay through winter, and try and figure out how I can heat the van without suffocating or anything like that, or the option 3 is to take what little possessions I do have left from a normal home dwelling, which is basically a TV, which is way too big for this area, and my electric power bike from Rad, which I'm trying to sell these 2 items, which I tried to yesterday, but the pawn shops are closed, so I couldn't get in there and get prices or quotes and see if they were even interested. If I could do these things, again, the star is aligning for me this week, I would be able to have enough finances to be able to start my travels this week. But again, the stars need to align. So I am staying positive and hopeful for that to happen. I think I'm going to go back tomorrow, Monday, and start all that, see if I can get those things sold, so I have money to go on and start my adventure down south. But today, so I'm weighing out options still. Again, when you're in the van, you kind of got a lot of time alone to think about things. But for me, my indecisiveness has always been an issue. So deciding what's right, what's wrong, what's logical, what's not, has been a pretty big burden on the mental state. So it's a nice day to stay inside because it is kind of yucky out there. It's cold. Doing some laundry, the domestic duties that I always talk about. Y'all familiar with that. Getting those done today, so I have a fresh start for the week. And again, since the weather's kind of crummy, there's not much I can do. There's a few little tweaks I'd like to finish on the van, but they're nothing major. If they don't happen, it's not going to affect my long-term living situation. They're just kind of aesthetic tweaks to keep the cab up there still looking commercial, but again, no big deal. So if I don't get them done, no big loss. It's just something to stay busy. But for today, laundry, and of course, like every van lifer knows, gotta sweep the floors daily. So Cook some food up soon here. Just lay low, not do much today. Maybe do some crafts later, something, do that, some more pendants and things. But that's kind of where I'm at currently with today's decisions and what's to do's. But kind of in limbo still because I need to see if I can get rid of those 2 items. That way I have some budget coming in. Otherwise, my bank account's not looking good. So if I do start a job, I've got to wait until a paycheck comes in. But I know I'll be able to survive until then. Just might not have all the things that I would like to have, but don't need. I've got food, I've got water, and I've got shelter. So that's what I need first and foremost. Everything else is a want. So for now, I'll survive. I'm going to probably have to head in there soon, check my laundry, see if it's dry, get it folded up, decide what to put in my belly as far as food. So yeah, just stay tuned, stay subscribing. Again, if you ever want to reach out, feel free. I'd love to see some comments start chiming in. Some of these, give me lots of those. Share this story with your friends. I'm going to keep going with the channel and try and keep building it up so you guys can see trials, tribulations, wins, losses, because I know there's a lot out there that's going to happen. So yeah, stay tuned. Mash that like button down yonder. Maybe subscribe. Stay tuned, and throw some suggestions and ideas at me. What you'd like to see, what you don't like. Even though, negativity is hard to take sometimes. But that's part of art, is criticism. So do that. And we'll check you on the next channel, next go around. We'll see what's happening later. Later, guys.